after a terrific preseason. Will Kristaps Porzingis be an all-star for your Dallas Mavericks this season? This is the gray area right here on Kevin Gray Sports. My name is Kevin Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. You can catch me on your home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. Appreciate everyone subscribing here to the YouTube channel. Kristaps Porzingis has subscribed to some new things this preseason as he's put forth a pretty good preseason that has a lot of Mavs fans expecting big things from the Unicorn this season. He scored 17 points in 23 minutes against the Charlotte Hornets after a 68-point beatdown at the hands of the Charlotte Hornets did the Dallas Mavericks put on Michael Jordan's squad. That 127-59 blowout just shows you the focus, and more so the Charlotte Hornets decided not really to play anybody against the Dallas Mavericks. But what you could take away from that particular game was that Kristaps Porzingis continues to build on a strong preseason for him so far. As I mentioned, 17 points in 23 minutes on 70% shooting. He continues to stuff the stat sheet this year and continues to take subtle jabs at your man, former Dallas Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle, telling ESPN afterwards that he feels like he's in comfortable positions this year, unlike where he was over the last couple years. Kristaps Porzingis seems happy, seems healthy, and seems motivated. And the question is starting to become, can the Unicorn 2.0 find himself becoming an NBA All-Star? This backs up what we've seen from him so far in this preseason. You saw it against the Los Angeles Clippers, had 3 blocks, moving well in terms of his lateral movement, looking like a guy that appears to be on his way back to being the all-star that he was when he was in New York. One of the reasons why Kevin Durant dubbed him the Unicorn when he was in New York for Kristaps Porzingis was the fact that he could do a little bit of everything, and he was at 7'3" doing it. A guy who at the time could put the ball on the deck, could put the ball on your head in terms of getting to the rim, but also could shoot the basketball. Now, the last couple of years, he's been relegated to a guy that's a stretch 5 who can be a capable three-point shooter. But now you're starting to see, it appears, a fully unlocking of Kristaps Porzingis by one Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd has talked about it all offseason and into this preseason. We want to get Porzingis back to doing some of the things that he was doing in New York. But the question I always had was, could Porzingis, even at 26 years old, with the physical limitations that he's been dealing with over the last couple of years, find himself in an athletic enough standpoint to be able to be the Unicorn and be the Unicorn 2.0? So far, that question has been answered, and it's a resounding yes. Here is Kristaps Porzingis talking about why he feels so much more comfortable in Jason Kidd's offense and why he is playing the way that he is so far in this preseason. Take a listen.
I think this system fits my game better. I'm a player that likes to use the mismatch in the post and then create situations from there. And kind of we're going away from that the last couple of years when I was here in Dallas. And I still found ways how to try to be effective and do what's best for the team, what the coaching staff is asking me. But I felt like, this is a part of my game that I'm not, using it. And this year, we're unlocking that.
So Kristaps Porzingis saying, look, this offense takes advantage of my skill set. I feel like I'm able to do the kinds of things that I'm accustomed to doing and doing it in Jason Kidd's offense. Again, maybe a subtle shot at Rick Carlisle, and you heard it there. He was asked to do some different things over the last couple of years that maybe he didn't necessarily like doing. Give Porzingis credit for being the kind of soldier that he's been, doing everything that the organization has asked him to do, and now, with a new coach, it feels like a change of scenery for him without having to leave the city of Dallas at all. And for Jason Kidd, this is going to be ultimately the reason why the Mavericks are successful this year. Luka is going to Luka. Luka had a darn near triple-double in the Clippers game in the first half. Didn't look so great against the Charlotte Hornets, but hey, he's a 2-time first-team All-NBA selection, and he'll be just fine as they get ready to start the regular season. But this season, as we've said time and time again, hinges on Kristaps Porzingis' ability to be a true co-star for this Mavericks team. He has to be a better mid-range shooter, a career 40% mid-range shooter. But if he can, his ceiling is now increased. The floor for him is now increased as well. All we want for Porzingis now at this point is for him, one, to be healthy, which is a credit to him. He's coming into this season fully healthy for the first time in a long time. And if he can get back to being the kind of defensive force that gets you 2 to 3 blocks per game and shows the kind of lateral movement and quickness to be able to help out on weak side and be able to block shots and alter shots, now you've got something to look forward to and potentially an all-star year for Kristaps Porzingis. There is no reason why the 7'3" Latvian at 26 years of age can't find himself when he's making well over $30 million a year to not be an all-star this year. He will be put in positions to take advantage of mismatches due to his size. He will also be able to, at least on the defensive end, it appears, get back to some of that form that he was at. And if that's the case, this was a guy who last year, even when he was hampered coming back from the torn meniscus and dealing with some knee issues, was still a 20 and near 9 guy. If Porzingis is anywhere near 22 and 10 and a couple of blocks per game, and he's doing so on a consistent basis, Kristaps Porzingis is going to be an NBA All-Star this year. And if that's the case, that bodes well for the long-term health and future of the Mavericks. Whether or not you are a detractor of Kristaps Porzingis or whether or not you want him to ultimately stay on this basketball team, Porzingis has to be the reason why the Mavericks get to where they want to go. Luka Doncic is going to carry this team from an offensive standpoint. He's got a good supporting cast with guys like Tim Hardaway Jr., a remotivated, appears, Jalen Brunson after the debacle of the playoff series against the Clippers last year. You brought in Reggie Bullock and Sterling Brown. Dwight Powell continues to be a terrific rim runner, even as an undersized center. Maxi Kleber appears to be healthy, and if he is, a versatile defender that can help you on both ends of the floor with his ability to shoot the ball from distance as well. Dorian Finney-Smith, the consummate professional, is going to continue to bring energy every single night. And as I mentioned, Tim Hardaway Jr., a professional sniper of the highest order, will continue to fill it up from the three-point line. But again, this goes back to Kristaps Porzingis. Whether you like him or not, or feel like he's overhyped or not, he alone will be the reason why the Mavericks make a deep run in the Western Conference playoffs this year. Again, Luka is the straw that stirs the drink. You know that. I know that. We all know that. But what we've always said is that if Kristaps Porzingis can be the true co-star to him, the sky's the limit for this Mavericks team. And more importantly, that is a good sign for Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is going to be under the microscope quite a bit this season. His goal and his job is twofold. One, get Luka to the level where he feels like he can be, given the fact that Jason Kidd is an NBA champion and a former point guard, a Hall of Fame one at that, and should be able to help impart a level of basketball IQ to Luka Doncic that allows him to continue to grow. Number two, can he fully unlock Unicorn 2.0 and get him playing the kind of basketball that will allow Kristaps Porzingis to, one, maintain the comfortability that he already has, but two, become the true co-star that the Mavericks desire for him to have. And then defensively, as Jason Kidd has harped on, can they find themselves being at least a middle-of-the-pack team defensively, because we know how good this offense is going to be around Luka Doncic with the shooters that they have, and more importantly, the consistency that they should have from a Tim Hardaway Jr. who's going to be in the starting lineup all season long. It feels like roles are being defined day by day more and more, and this team is playing with an energy and a confidence that's befitting of one that could have a big year. Even your man Moses Brown has been getting into the act so far this preseason for the Mavericks. Carlick Jones and others, Eugene Omarui, all of these guys, young guys who are finding themselves trying to make their way and contribute on this team, Frank Ntilikina and others, will have a chance to be a part of a rotation. And even Josh Green was putting dunks on people's heads. That's the kind of preseason that's been going on for the Mavericks. And if they can continue that, and Kristaps Porzingis is what he used to be, look out. The Dallas Mavericks conclude their preseason on Friday when they take on the Milwaukee Bucks before they get ready to open up their regular season on the road against the Atlanta Hawks and the Toronto Raptors. This has been the Gray Area right here on Kevin Gray Sports on YouTube. Be sure to hit that subscribe button right there for all things Kevin Gray Sports here on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Kevin Gray Sports. It's been another episode of The Gray Area. I'll talk to you later. Peace.